Okay, I want you to say that again. Say that again, Stephen. And we're going to record this because we got our some of our team are working tonight. Late, Serena's working. I told her we'd record this. So say that again for Canada. Woo!
Well, I'll say it quickly. I'll just say that I am so impressed with what you all are doing in the Canadian market, especially this month of December. That what we're seeing is that this could easily be, you're on track. This could easily be the largest or the best new recruiting month or new starts, the most new starts in Canada for a single month of all of 2023, which would be such a great way to end this year and to launch into next year. So just want to say, like, congratulations to you all. Plus, we have something coming out on January the 3rd that everybody who's been sponsoring and recruiting and getting new people started the last few months are going to be really excited.
We're excited about that, and I know Canada's really on the move. And you know what I'm feeling, and this is the feeling, and maybe you guys can share with me. We're getting more excited talking about the promoter position. Like more people are excited about sharing the income opportunity. Would you say that, guys? Like it's almost like the same comfort level as talking about the products. Whereas before we were heavier on the product, and now we're, I don't know, I'm just feeling that. Do you guys all feel that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really excited about that. So, anyways, well, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. I know some of our teams are, there's a lot of Christmas stuff going on, and I know Serena had to work late tonight, so she's like, say hi to everybody. She just sent me a quick message. And anyway, Stephen, I know you had a special message that you wanted to share with us, that I really appreciate you taking the time, because I know you only have a few minutes to spare this evening. And thank you so much for jumping on and sharing some important stuff that's coming up, I think, very soon.
Yes. So, and by the way, Nat, does anybody know or no? Yes. Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. Um, I'll share it for sure. So I don't know if you, oh, go ahead.
Am I cutting out?
No?
Okay, good. Just want to make sure. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, everybody
Okay.
knows about Thursday.
Okay, perfect. Well, I was gonna let you get that's okay. I was just gonna say we're super excited because, and I'm gonna share a few details with you all before Thursday, but we are officially going to launch Elevate in Canada on Thursday, December the 21st. So a couple days away. I just want to give you some details. That's why I want to jump on and give you some details about that day. Two or three things. One, it's going to go live on the website, the Canadian website, and be available for purchase starting at around 9 a.m. Pacific time, which would be about noon on the East Coast, roughly on that Thursday. I do want to mention this. The team has worked it out that you can do a pickup order at the Canadian warehouse on Friday if you order on Thursday by 4 p.m. Pacific time. That'd be roughly about 6 or 7 p.m. on the East Coast. Now, that's before our meeting that's going to take place that night. But you could order Friday as long as it gets in, before 4 p.m. Pacific time and pick up at the warehouse the next day on Friday. They're all prepared for that. And then I want to mention, super excited for Thursday night to encourage you to load that up with all of your team, promoters, members, guests. It'll be a very focused and power-packed event all around Elevate coming to Canada. And they're going to get to hear from many of you on here and hear your testimonials and your stories so far of what you think about Elevate and the things that you love about it and the benefits that you're receiving from it. Dr. Susan Beck will join us virtually live from California, and as our chief science officer and really the main formulator behind this product, she's going to give about a 10 to 15-minute overview of the power of Elevate and why it separates itself from everything else in the market. And yeah, so it'll be a great event to really give people a full picture of the power of Elevate. They're going to hear tremendous stories. They're going to hear from Dr. Susan Beck. We'll even probably talk about how this is an incredible product coming to Canada for those that want to create a business and earn an income. So, Nat, is there anything else you wanted me to share specifically? Except for I want to encourage you, load up Thursday night, get everyone you can to hear from Dr. Beck.
And is Kendra still coming on?
Well, I'm pretty sure she is. I haven't been from I haven't let me confirm with her, but
Okay.
because I haven't gotten the explicit confirmation from her that yes, she's gonna be on. We've invited her, we've sent her the Zoom link information with all of this. So let me follow up with her to make sure. I'll be on, Ash will be on, Dr. Beck will be on, and the goal is to also have Kendra on as well. To Kendra talk about like a little bit about the neo-life difference. So as Susan Beck
It'd be
talks about,
so great. The
yeah,
reason why it'd be so great is because there's a lot of new promoters that haven't met Kendra yet that I think will be really, really important. Even if it's just for a few minutes for them to hear from her would be wonderful. And especially because they're going to be recording the event as well.
Mhm.
So it'd be great to have that as a recording for us to share. I think it'd be great. Yeah. So I'll, yeah, that'd be great if Kendra could jump on for even just a few minutes. That'd be so awesome. Now, what time frame are we looking at? Are we looking at 30 minutes? Are we looking at?
I would say
uh,
about 30 minutes. You could get,
Okay.
get 30 to 40 minutes max.
Okay.
Would be, yeah, 30, 40 minutes max would be enough. And then there's one of the things I wanted to tell you all that while you're on here to help prepare you for Thursday, so you can be following up. We also have a promotion coming on Thursday called the Elevate Add-on. And basically what it is, it's our Elevate Add-on promotion, which is going to be just for Canada. This is an only Canadian promotion. So it's not going to be in the US. In Canada, anybody who purchases 2 boxes of Elevate will get a Elevate glass bottle with their order. So yeah, so anyone who get purchased, and I mean, we have a good amount, so I think that we'll be able to really run with that promotion for a little bit. But yeah, it'll be called Elevate add-on promotion. So getting 2 boxes of Elevate will get a free glass Elevate bottle with it, and that'll launch also on Thursday when we launch Elevate. And
Okay.
there's emails already prepared to go out to all of Canada for both the launch of Elevate, for inviting all of Canada to the event on Thursday night. This will all go out tomorrow. Well, the invite will go out tomorrow. On Thursday, the email to all Canadians about Elevate, going, being live in Canada will go out, plus the promotion.
Okay. Well, just a quick question before Heather, before I lose this. Joan has created an amazing sheet to show income that's generated when Elevate is purchased at different volumes, plus the bonuses. And it's an amazing cheat sheet to show people the income potential. When can we get that price sheet? I talked to DS today. They don't have it yet. They said they might have it. Like, when can we get it before Thursday?
Like, I just got it from Clarissa in operations, like right before we jumped on here. I asked for it earlier and she sent me it. So I'm gonna give it to you guys now. The different
Okay.
so Elevate in Canada will come with 35 PV, which is what it has in the US. It'll the DC will be 79.95 Canadian dollars, and the BV is 79.95 as well.
Okay.
So I think it just matches the US, except for adjusted for Canadian dollars.
Right. Okay. Will you have the sheet to send us to so Joan can figure out like when can we have that document? Is that
The
Joan, is that enough, Joan, that you need, or
The member price at 20% and 10%.
like she
Oh,
figures
here,
out all the, yeah.
let me do this. I'm gonna see if I can. Here, you know what I do? I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. I'm gonna see if I can just add it to the Zoom meeting so you guys can have it here.
Excellent.
Let's see if it will go in. That won't go. Joan, I'll text it to you.
That's good.
Awesome.
And one thing about ordering on Thursday, if you're ordering around 4 o'clock, you should call the office and not do it online because it delays the time
Right.
to get it the next day.
Yeah, if they want it for pickup,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Anything else? Heather, you had a question? Your hand was up. You have to unmute yourself.
You-
Unmute.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask for Thursday's call. It's being called a webinar. It's actually going to be set up as a webinar so that we don't have extraneous sounds coming in if people don't have their mute on and all of that. Like, it's not like a Zoom call like this one. It'll be set up as a webinar.
Well, what we'll do is we'll set it up as it'll actually be a Zoom meeting, it will not be in the webinar format. But what we will do is what I always do is like I'll get in early and I will go to the participant function and I will go to members and I will mute everyone without the ability to unmute. So that way, and then we'll pin whoever the speaker is. So when Dr. Beck speaks, we'll have her video pinned for the recording purposes that all anyone would see would be just her on there. And then the only body would be able to make any noise would be if I hit the invite to unmute button.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Another quick question. I have a few people who I have their phone number, but not their email. Can we have a text generated to give us that webinar information? Like, I've got the photo, it has the ID number, but it's handy to have a link. I can't get the link from Messenger or email. How do I send that even to myself in Messenger, like in message, SMS, texting?
Can you not copy and paste what I posted in the Messenger group?
No, because if I click on that and send it to SMS, I'll try it again.
Yeah, you have to press on the whole message, like put your thumb on the whole message.
Yeah.
Elevate launch here, and I'm going to copy it and I'll send it to you in a text, Heather, and you tell me what.
Okay, great.
Because I have been doing that. I've been doing that, so it's been working.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
That's it. That's it for me. Thank you, thank you,
Awesome.
Stephen. So great.
Yeah, and we've got some amazing testimonials. Frances shared. I was like, I've heard a lot about energy, but she's struggled with overwhelming all her life, feeling overwhelmed and not be able to function. She shared her story with me today, and I was like, just share that on Thursday, because there's a lot of people out there that they have energy, like, you know what I mean, like normally, like anyways, I've never heard that kind of story or that feeling. No one's ever shared that with me, so I was like, I felt like, wow, there's more to Elevate than just an energy drink. So she's going to share an amazing story. We've got Sean, Laura May, and Peter. I wanted to have a variety of, young bucks and, us guys. so, and Sean, you're going to smile when you share your story on Thursday. There you go. Anyways, yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to have some great stories shared, and really looking forward to this launch. And thank you so much. I know we've been so patient, Stephen. Well, kind of and kind of not. I know we've been mugging
y'all have been amazing. Y'all have been amazing. Y'all been very patient. And I just want to say this, honestly, this is launching at a really good time for Canada. Look, we're going to be announcing something on January the 3rd that every single person on this Zoom, everyone here is going to be excited about. And everyone on here is going to have an opportunity to earn what is being announced. And it's literally like a clean slate for everybody for this. And it's a big wow. It's a big thing to earn. And it's probably the first time that it's been done this way in Neolife. That I'm assuming this is the first time it's been done this way in Neolife. And you all in Canada actually have a major advantage over those in the US with Elevate launching right now. Because if you can take the product launching on Thursday and load up now and over the next couple of weeks, a lot of new people, new customers who fall in love with the products, new promoters that you want to start building with at the beginning of next year, and help them get new people. Like, when January 3rd rolls around, y'all are going to be sitting in a really advantageous position. Like, I know, Nat, I think you already earned a 3 and 30 this month. Like, that right there alone, not earning, it's not earning a 3 and 30 earning a 3 and 30 doesn't count any more or less to what I'm talking about. It's just getting new people started and working with them and helping them. So I'm telling you, like, in Canada, use the excitement of a new product launch to go load up your business with a bunch of new people that you're going to run with in 2024. And everyone on here is going to be at a real advantage to start come January the 3rd when you hear what's coming. So I just want to mention that, like, this could be a perfect storm to really elevate Canada from a business perspective and an incentive perspective next year. So yeah, just want to mention that. I think it's perfect timing.
Excellent. Anything else for Stephen before we say goodnight to our leader, amazing leader?
Y'all are amazing.
Oh, Heather, one more.
Thank you for the 4-week plan in your leadership call. I think that is amazing. And we can use that like in so many ways. And I just love it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Excellent. Awesome. And when I just saw your text here, what did you say here? Let me see. This old gal can do a testimony successfully completing the Frontenac challenge because yes,
Well,
Gwen, we're
You
gonna.
said you wanted all these young bucks. I thought, what's wrong with us old gals?
Well, Francis is part of that old gal category, but we'll have you on because Stephen said anywhere between 5 and 6, and you'll be the number 6, Gwen. So we're good. Yeah, we're
Great.
gonna have you in. You're in the list. You're on the chart, girl. And I want them quick, like 1 minute. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so maybe you and I'll practice maybe before
Sure.
Thursday.
Well,
And I even told Sean, and I even told Francis, write it out first. And you won't be reading it, but if you write it out and you have it there in front of you, you'll know not to go over the minute. Because I want it just excitement to the point. This is what I did, and this is how I felt. Okay, using Elevate. So we'll talk after and we'll go over your story.
okay, I might not have time to do that with you because I'm leaving town tomorrow. I'm going back to Wellington for a special
Okay.
event. I'm taking my Elevate with me. I'm going to tell them the story, so I'll have to keep it short.
Okay.
I'll practice,
Okay.
practice. I will.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you so much, Stephen. Appreciate you. And yeah, looking forward to this amazing journey this December.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a
I'll see you
wonderful.
on Thursday.
Yes. Thank
And oh, by the way,
you.
I will do this too. If we get any of the marketing materials, if I get any of the marketing materials in my hands tomorrow, Nada,
Mhm.
I'll go ahead and send that to you so that you can disseminate it out. And you all are ready then so that like either tomorrow and or Thursday, you can already be, sharing it so that, you can get the ball rolling right when it launches.
It's such a great tool. Like I said, when Joan put this form together, it just shows you, especially if someone's running with the business and just looking at building a business with Elevate. Yeah, it just shows the income at all the different levels and how many people in PV, BV and volume, everything. It's awesome. So yeah, it's a great tool for us. So thank you, Joan, for putting that together. And yeah, the sooner we get that, that'd be wonderful. Thank you.
Awesome. Alrighty. Well, have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank
Woohoo!
you.
Thanks.
Thank you. So you know what's really cool is having Stephen come on at the start of this. I'm going to be talking about leadership and, what it takes to really be a good leader or a great leader, and what best leaders do. And they really have that you first habit. And Stephen has that. I don't know if you've caught that, but he has that. His heart it's not about him. It's not about him being on a pedestal and being this great leader. He really, really has a heart for our success. And that is one of the traits of a great leader. Because it's hard. It's harder as a leader. Like when you're rising and you're kind of on this pedestal as a leader, sometimes leaders do it because of that. They just want this, position where they're being people are looking up to them. A great leader, that's not why they do what they do. Okay. And it's the natural path for leaders is that self it's just a natural way for most leaders. Okay. Now, if a decision is made, people look up at the leader, right? They always look to the leader. If things go well, right, they praise the leader. If things don't go well, right, they blame the leader. So again, the natural path is towards self, and we have to intentionally fight that. If we want to be a great leader, and kind of move away from that feeling, we have to fight against it. Okay. So to be a you-centered leader, leaders get the best out of their people when they're centered on not just themselves. They're centered on you, on their team, on the people that they care about, on their organization, on their employees. So, you know, some think it's our job as leaders to get the best results, and the leaders that get most out of their people are the ones who care most about their people. And you will see that in many examples as leadership all over the world. Okay. So it really matters in our hearts to care about people. And, you know, and you really see that in Kendra, right?
Mhm.
When I was listening to Craig, on the leadership podcast, he was talking about this you first mentality. I thought about people that I knew in this industry, and Kendra and Jerry are perfect examples of that, right? And it has to start in your heart before they see it. And most leaders, again, are just self-centered naturally. Now, it's suggested to implement this habit of you first, make it intentional to start every interaction with the other person in mind. Always about the other person, not about what you're going to get out of it, but what you can do to help the other person. Anytime you interact with somebody. I've been actually practicing this week, and it's been, you really have to kind of be aware of your words, of your actions. And I'm finding that I'm getting stronger, and I'm feeling a difference in how I'm interacting with people. And again, it's hard because we usually start with us in mind. It's just a natural mindset. And you see it in written communications. And I did talk about this last Tuesday, but Shelley wanted me to kind of slow down and kind of give better examples so that we really understood, you know, what this message was all about. So an example is when you're sending emails and you appreciate someone, right? Most people start with, I want to tell you thank you. I, right? And we practiced this a little bit, Shelley, the other day, right? When we're kind of talking back and forth, and to start with you first. So you are an amazing leader. I want to tell you thank you. So every time you start with you first, every time you start with a conversation or communication, start with the other person. Think about them. Okay. So another thing that you can do is always have questions ready and to ask. So how was your weekend? Especially if you know, let's say they've gone away or they did something with their family. How did your kids do in the game? Right? I mean, people love that you remember if their kids were, you know, at a sporting event, or let's say they've gone camping for the weekend. They love it that you remember, you know, what they were doing. Or if you're doing it, if you're in person with somebody and you're just chatting and connecting with someone, a one-on-one, some questions that you can ask to start a conversation is, what in your life outside of work are you excited about? That's kind of a cool question, because in this way you can find out really what excites that person, where that person is coming from, how you as a leader can get to know them better. So, and that's one thing I find in our Neolife family. We all really connect really well and we get to know each other really well. But as new people start to come in, we have to remember that they're kind of, you know, looking at us. They're looking at us as leaders because we've been around, some of us, a long, long time, right? So we want to make sure that we get to know them, get to know their heart, and also ask them, how can I help you? Right? You'll, and when you start asking more questions as a leader as well, you'll find that you're listening more. And that was something I really had to practice, was to zip it and listen more, find out more about that individual, get to know that, you know, that person. And, you know, for you guys, like my message to you is I generally care about all of you guys. Like when you guys hurt or when you're sad or when you're down or I hurt for you. I hurt with you guys. Okay. I really, really genuinely do. Okay. And I want to be the best leader for you guys. And that's why when I started to listen to some of these leaders, I got really excited because I thought if I can become a better leader, you guys will become better leaders and you'll start to develop an incredible team that are going to look up to you and respect you as leaders. Because if you want to be successful and you want to grow a team, you need to get stronger in leadership. Do you agree?
Mhm. Absolutely.
Right? You all want to build something. What size of business, guys? How big of a business, Joan?
For Ruby.
For Ruby? Shelly? Sapphire? And then I know you've got some big goals coming.
There, definitely Sapphire, but I like to get up to the 2 Ruby.
To Ruby, right?
Mhm.
And how are you going to do that? Becoming a better leader, right? Getting to know people. When the faster you get better at this, your team will feel it. When they start to feel your heart and see that you truly care, okay, that is what's going to determine the growth and success in your business because people are they want to be people are hungry for this. People want to be a part of something great. And most people, and we've heard this time and time again, will work for a paycheck, but they will give their heart and give their best for someone who truly cares about them. And we hear that time and time again when you hear about leaders in this field. So if you want to be a great leader, the habit of you first leadership is what you want to achieve. Give as much as you can when it comes to praising, tell people how much they matter, and really empower them to make decisions. And again, some leaders you can really feel their heart and why they're doing it and what's important to them. And the best leaders will help to see why you're important. Okay. So I visualize huge things for you guys and for Canada. And some of us that are internationally sponsored that aren't on, because I'm going to be sending this out to my Hawaii team and my US team. I know, Joan, you've got an international team as well, and so do you, Eulalie. And Mary Ellen. Who else has an international? Actually, even Leonie too, right? Some of us that have international teams, and I know Irene's going to start sponsoring internationally as well. So this is for everyone. Okay, so any idea or any feedback or maybe questions or anything, any aha moments now that I've been sharing a little more deeper? Does that more clear, Shelley, with what I did last Tuesday? Okay. And again, I've been listening to Craig's podcast over the last couple of days, and there's so much content. And Mary Ellen, he even interviews John Maxwell, one of your favorite guys. He has an amazing session with him on communication. So if you like John Maxwell, he interviews him and an amazing session. So I know, Mary Ellen, you'll probably like that session. Anybody else? Any other feedback? Anything?
I think the big. Oh, go ahead, Joan.
Go first. You go first. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think the big thing is, I know even with myself, like my first reaction is to kind of say, "Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited to tell you this," and now I need to put that as the second or third sentence, because say something exactly what you said, Nada. Something about that person. Oh, you were just amazing. I'm so happy for it, So, but
Right.
it is that first natural thing of, for me anyways, to share how I'm feeling, because now I want to tell you something. But yeah, it's that focus on the other person.
Right. Yeah. And the more you're aware, the more you do it, Shelby, it'll become more natural. Like,
Yeah.
remember you and I were having that conversation and we said I a couple of times, like, oh shoot, we got to change that around to, right? Because it's just the way we're wired, and we need to switch that in our heads, in our heart. Anyways, I thought it's like almost like a game that you play with yourself in the beginning, and then it comes more natural. Anybody else?
Can I share? I had some notes and I was looking at it in terms of what Eric Worre has as the attributes of a leader. Would you guys like to hear it?
Yeah.
I took some.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
And we can think about ourselves. So he says, first of all, we have to be independent, right? Good problem solver. We should try to solve our own problems and not call NADA all the time. just one of the, some things we need you, and some things you can find it somewhere else, right? Consistent, have a big vision, and create action. These are the kind of like action steps that he's saying a good leader has.
What was that first one, please, Joan? The first one before problem solver?
Independent.
Independent. Thank you.
And he tells his new promoters, the goal is for you to become independent from me. That's the goal. And how long is it going to be, right? Not 20 years, maybe, a year, 2 years, or whatever, or months, right? So I like that list. And I think about it for myself too as well when I'm dealing with my group, because sometimes I get a question and I want to answer right away, and I just say, oh, this is where you're gonna find it, right? So that's what I try to do. I thought that was pretty neat, the way he set up, those attributes too. That's Eric.
Yeah.
In addition to the heart-centered, of course, I think most of us are all heart-centered here.
Yes, I think so too. And even though we could still become better, right? And I think that's where, like you always, Joan, you're amazing with personal growth and personal development. And sometimes you have to find the right program or right podcast or right book that resonates with you, right?
Celia Anthony.
Oh, that's Yuli. Okay. Anybody else? Anything to add? Because
I just have a comment.
Yeah.
In terms of when you say, you ask the person how they are and that, and even that should reflect in our either our texting or even in an email when we send, because I will always start with say, hey, how are you? I hope you're enjoying the holidays. It's about them, right? Even if you don't know them well, you start with something very more general, but yet pertaining to how they are enjoying the holidays or how you're enjoying the snow or whatever. I make something a personal connection that way, and then I'll introduce whatever it is that I have to say. But we've always done that, and I think that breaks the ice somehow. That seems to have a warmer tone to whatever the text or the email that we're sending, right? Because it's different. It comes across different as opposed when you're speaking it. It's different, right? So
yeah.
You have to put more feeling in that. Yeah.
And it's funny you say that, because sometimes we're rushing a text because we just want to get to the point. And sometimes before I click send, I go back and I read the text, and it's a cold text. They could take it as a cold because I started with just whatever I want to send them. I go back and I type above the text. I say, wanting to touch base, thinking of you. Here's the information that you asked, or rather than just sending the information, say, here it is, right? So even in a text, they will get that feeling of warmth. It's amazing how a text can come across, right? Cold. So that's a good one, Leonie. Yeah. So we got to just take that extra, 30 seconds to reread your text before you press send, or that email.
And the darn autocorrect. Always change my words. I always change your words.
Yes, and the autocorrect too.
Yeah.
This is great, guys, and this is a great session. Anybody else? Just pour on us. Anything else that you can think of?
I guess we have to all think of ourselves as leaders. As long as you have one person under you, you're a leader.
Yes.
You're a leader.
Yeah. It's so true, Joan. And what's great is you're going to become great with one person. Could you imagine when your team starts growing? Right? You just keep getting better. And if you can start working on that now with a small team, my goodness. Could you imagine where you're going to be, a few months down the road? Especially, we're going to have this explosive growth in 2024. You want to be ready. You want to be at the top of your game, right? You want your heart in the right place. You want to, anyways, I'm so excited for what's happening. And for Canada, especially, I mean, we've always been, kind of in the background. The US has been watching, and now they're watching us. They see things happening because the leaders here have stepped it up a big notch. Okay. So I'm really proud of you guys. I really, really am. You guys have just done amazing. And coming on the calls and I know some of you are, even when your guests don't come on, I know you've been inviting guests. I know you have been. And just remember, even though you're inviting and they're not coming on, you planted a lot of seeds, and following up and doing your one-on-ones is huge. Okay, don't just depend on our Tuesdays and our Thursdays. It's what you do in between. Those are just little extra add-ons for you guys, for support, for you to bring people in. But do stuff in between. Don't just wait for Tuesdays and Thursdays. And you, Lily, how are you doing, girl? We had a great session with Botswana today. We had 3 guests. Yeah.
She did sign up. She signed up one.
Oh, good.
The other one is waiting. She's waiting to get the other one signed up.
Excellent. Yeah. Yeah. Your international group is growing, which is awesome.
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. Thanks for Leonie's Wi-Fi. Well, I'm excited for Thursday. Invite. Get people to commit to come on to that amazing event. And I'm going to text Kendra personally and tell her that we're counting on her even jumping on for a few minutes. So I think it'd be really important for her to be there. And if I do hear from her, I will I'll put it in the chat. Okay. All right. So we'll see some of you at 8 o'clock, right, for our health talk tonight. And thank you again for all your support and your leadership. And I look forward to Thursday. God bless you all.
One was going to ask a question.
It's about Thursday because the Elevate is going to be available to us is that noon Pacific Standard Time?
Our time, noon our time.
Because he was saying someone was saying something about 4 o'clock.
No. If you want to place an order for pickup for Friday, the earlier you place the order, the better chance of it being ready at the warehouse for pickup on Friday.
So I can't do that. Could it be?
No. Joan just wanted it for Christmas gifts, so that's why I asked that question, because some people that are local to the office wanted to pick up so they could have gifts ready for Christmas.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
And that's 4 p.m. Pacific time. So it's 7.
So that's what time is it our time? I always get mixed up.
7.
Thank you.
7 on Thursday for pickup on Friday.
Thank you.
Better to do it as early as possible.
It's better to do it early as possible. Absolutely. Just to make sure, especially if you do want to pick up.
And if anyone needs me to pick up for them, I'll pick up and you can.
Yep.
Let me know.
Winston and Joan will be there. Excellent. Well, thank you again. We'll see you soon. See you either at 8 o'clock or on Thursday, guys. Take care. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
And